You're welcome. I want to talk about managing cutovers. System development is a series of projects in any organization. System development life cycle. We'll talk about waterfall model in one of my earlier videos, and it gets to a point when the system is ready to be moved from the test environment to the live environment. And in this phase, a lot of challenges often happen. And we've had recorded cases of cutovers going wrong, such that you may even have to go back to the former, the legacy software, okay, as a form of fallback scenario or rollback scenario. So things can go wrong in cutovers, and that's why we have to ensure that cutovers are planned. So you have, because it's basically a risk centric projects or phase. So we have different types of cutovers. We have direct cutovers, we have parallel cutovers, we have phased cutovers. Now, in direct cutovers, you just switch from the old system to the new. Okay, on Friday we're using Finacle, then on Monday we start using FlexQ. So you can only do that in if you are using a software for an environment that is operations that are not too critical. So direct cutover is very, very risky. So you just switch without any transition period. I won't be recommending that you use direct cutover for a very critical application. All right. What is more common is the parallel cutover. So in parallel cutover, you are using the two systems, the old system and the new, together for some time, maybe for 2, 3 weeks, or even a month. While you are running the two environments, you are gathering information, you are training, the users, and you are also validating that the new system is working correctly. Okay, that is very, very important during cutover. All right, IT needs to be gathering information to get assurance that the uh, processing results of the new system is comparable with what we've been having in the former system. And it is also an opportunity for users who are new on the new system to be able to gather experience on the features of the new system. So after like 3 weeks, a month, the users are comfortable with the new system. They can now drop the old system permanently. They will move on with the new one. Okay, that's parallel cutover. Right, but in a very complex environment where you are implementing a very complex software like enterprise resource planning applications, so we need to use phase cutovers. So in phase cutovers, we are going to do something that is called module mapping. Okay, so we need to find, we introduce the new software module by module. So we can group the modules. Maybe we can group the modules into like 4 sections. So the first section is introduced maybe for the first 2 weeks. The second section is introduced another 2 weeks. After another 2 or 3 weeks, we introduce the third section, then finally we introduce the fourth section. So just like parallel cutovers, we are still using two different environments, all right? Only that in parallel cutover is 100% introduction of the new system, but in phase cutover, we don't introduce the new system at once, so we introduce it in a phased manner. It's also called pilot cutover. So you need to be able to look at your scenarios. You need to be able to look at your systems, your application, your people, and determine the best cut over for your organization. Okay. Then migration also occur during this phase, this cut over. So we need to move data from the old system to the new system, and that is quite complex, especially for big organizations. So, and it's quite also very risky. It creates opportunity for fraud, okay? Because most of the time in data migration, you have two options. It's either you move your balance, the balances, or you move history of the data. So history with the balances, which is more secure. But most of the time, moving history with the balances is not fixable because it is going to be one, it's going to be time consuming. The number two is going, the the legacy system for some time. All right. So that if there is a need for history uh, fallback. So we have a balance in the new system, but we want to do a reconciliation. We want to get an information. So we need to have access to the old system so that we'll be able to pull or print out the history. So because only balances are moved in data migration, it creates opportunity for tampering. So, for example, in a bank, 30,000 can become 3 million. Alright, 30,000 in the old system can become 3 million in the new system. Unless there is a cost to check, how do you validate? How do you confirm that somebody has not tampered with it? So that's why data migration have to be, a team effort. So you need to have people from IT, people from IT security. You have to have internal control, IT audits. Everybody's eyes must be on the team that will do data migration. So you don't create opportunity for people to take advantage of the situation. So we need to be able to confirm the integrity of the data that have been moved, that have been converted, all right, from the old system to the new system. So we also need to also confirm the completeness of the data. So we need to be sure that we'll be able to move 100% of the data from the old system to the new system. So that is also very important during data migration. Okay, then helpdesk operations. Of course, in Cutovers, there have been many challenges. So we need to have a special unit that is well trained, all right, well staffed. So you need people from the user department, people from IT, all right, that will be exposed directly with the OEM, okay, that will be directly trained by the vendor of the software so that they have enough skills. So they need to have the you need to have people from IT, people from user department. You need to be well trained and you need to have technical skills, okay? Because it's technical questions that people will be asking. The users, when they get stuck during the cut over, they are going to be calling the helpdesk. So the phone number of the helpdesk team needs to be made available. Their emails need to be made available. The names of the team members need to be made available. Then, if possible, there should be escalation. Just like IT recommends. Okay, so we need to have escalation tiers. So if tier one cannot resolve it, you can move to tier two and things like that. So, of course, use of incident management tools, incident reporting tools, is very, very important. Tracking, creating a tracking number so that we'll be able to follow through with queries and questions that are being raised by users. Then, very importantly, even though it might be overlooked, is you need to have social skills for the helpdesk guys, right? Because people will be asking questions, people under pressure, people that are tense, people that are confused. So you need to have social skills to calm people down, to be able to relate without feeling agitated. We have situation whereby you have people in your desk and your colleagues are calling you and they are looking down at them and saying, don't you, shouldn't you have known that? Who hired you in this company? How can you be asking such a naive question? So you don't want people that will talk down on on the end users when they call for inquiry. So you need people that can team, people that can bond, people that can encourage, people that have the social skills to connect with the users and get their problem solved. So that helpdesk operation is very, very key to the success of any cut over. So my name is Akinwale Akindia once again. Kindly subscribe to my channel so that you can have access to more training videos like this. Thank you.